Hello and welcome back to the Vintage Oaks. So I've just taken the rest of the slurry of the cow barn. We have a little strip of land that I want to fertilise. See what I mean when we get over there. I don't know whether I mentioned in the last episode, but I have increased the capacity in this slurry tanker, the manure spreader and the feed mixer. So this is now 18,000 litres. The feed mixer is 18,000 litres and the manure spreader is 12. So yeah, a little bit more capacity in all of those, which will help a lot. So we're in October 2. I did mow the 2 grass fields that were ready to harvest. So the bigger one I got 52 bales and the smaller one we got 41. So 41 bales I've just done as grass, which is this field on the left. Yeah, I've just done those as grass and I've dropped the bales off in the corner of the sheep pen. So we'll just keep going there we'll just keep taking from that stack for the sheep's feed. The 52 bales in the other field I've silage wrapped, but I did make a mistake and I didn't drop the size on the baler, so I did them at 240 centimetre bales and the bale wrapper wouldn't wrap, so I had to lease another bale wrapper, exactly the same as the base game, just like the one we've got, but it does 240 centimetres, so I've no idea why I didn't buy that in the first place, but yeah, anyway. So yeah, they're over in the shed fermenting, but the other 178 bales that we've got over there are already fermented. So I'm going to get, I think we can do 41 bales on each load with the lorry. So I think I'm going to do 3 loads, sell 3 loads of silage, and that will still leave us with a lot. So we have got so many bales of everything. I think we've got 90 hay bales, and we've got the grass that I've just mentioned, we've got all the silage I've just mentioned, and we've also got the God knows how many straw bales. We've got about 300 on, which incidentally, comment I had from Deeply Disturbed from the last episode or the episode before, he mentioned about using the chopped straw as a fertiliser stage, and I completely forgot about that mod, the chopped straw mod. So I think when we get round to harvest again, I think that's what we'll do, because essentially it's a free fertiliser stage. So yeah, we don't need any more bales, so we may as well do that. So yeah, so what I've done, this field, this strip, so that was one field, that was another field, and the strip in the middle was like this, just a sort of mound going right through the middle. So I smooth that all down so that it's level with the 2 fields, and then I've ploughed it through, so that has now joined these 2 fields. I'll show you in the menu. Yeah, just here. So we now have 1 field. This strip just needs a fertiliser stage, because if we turn the ploughing colour off, you can see both of the grass fields have got one stage of fertiliser. So just to bring it all up to scratch, I'm going to make use of some of the slurry, and we'll get a fertiliser stage on this strip. Then I'm going to plough. So only this field needs ploughing, but I'm just going to plough the whole lot, just to get it all equal, and then we can seed straight in there. Now, the other thing I was toying with is turning seasons off. I haven't done it yet, and I'm not sure if I will, but I'm thinking of doing it, because mainly because of the time constraints that I've got in real life. I'm not able to get as many videos out as I was a month ago. So with FS22 coming up pretty soon, I don't want this series to sort of hang around, to linger, for want of a better word. I want the series to progress, and other than skipping months, I think if I turn seasons off, I could plant what I want when I want, and there'd be no shortage of things to do. So even over the winter months, we'd be doing stuff. And I know some people don't like that, but it might just make it easier for me. And it might make the series flow a little bit better. So it's something I'm toying with. Let me know in the comments what you think. But yeah, so my idea is, because of the bale situation and how many bales we've been making, I'm just going to use this as one big crop field, and then we'll just keep this little field here as a grass field. Bearing in mind that's going to be ready next month, so we may do hay in that one, just to even out the numbers of bales. But yeah, so let's get this slurry spread. So I've forgotten what the spread width is actually. Where are we? Slurry tanks. 11 meters. We may actually get the whole strip. No, not quite. Come back and do the little bit. It's a little bit bumpy. Might benefit from a little bit of a smoothing out again, but great texture, isn't it? Slurry. All these waypoints, but I can't see it without the waypoints. I think that end is, we'll just touch up this end just to make sure we've got everything. But then I think what I'm going to do is set the 3 ploughs off, and then we'll go off and start seeding some fields, I think. There we go. Right, so I'm going to get the slurry tank back to the farm, and then I'll set the 3 ploughs off. I also need to put the time back up because I paused it while I was doing all this grass work. It took absolutely ages. But this is going to be a big field for crop. So yeah, it will be excellent. Right, let's put the time to we're at 8:15. I'll leave it at ×1 because we have got a lot of field work to do in this month. Of course, that won't matter if we do turn seasons off, but at the moment we've still got them on, so right, let's just set him off. The other thing is, I noticed that when I came into this in-game day, these 3 garden plots, 2 of them are empty. So if you remember the last episode, I put 1,000 litres of seed and solid fertiliser in each one, and 6,000 litres of water. Now, for the tomatoes, so we've got 3 pallets of tomatoes, and they're 500 litre each. So we've got 1,500 litres of tomatoes, but that doesn't add up. 1,536 cycles per month. So if you divide, well, no, it does, doesn't it? It adds up. So it would be 4,500 litres roughly of solid fertiliser and seed, and you would get 4.5 of tomatoes. We've got 3 pallets, which is 1.5. So it's done, blimey, yeah, that is right then. So in essence, we're going to use a lot of solid fertiliser and seeds in those garden plots, and water, which is actually quite worrying. But we'll deal with that another time. Yeah. Right, I'm going to set the ploughs off, and then I'm going to get set up with the seeder. So the 3 ploughs are over in the field next to us, and they're plodding along nicely. We've got the seeder going in this field. I'm putting canola in here, but I'm not sure what the worker is actually doing. He's doing a bit of an odd route. So he's done 2 headlands, and then he just went straight down the middle, down there. Come back up. So I can only assume he's going to do this bit of the field and then start on this bit, or do it in 3 sections. So this bit and then that bit. But I have noticed when we got to the end of that row, the first row, cut the corner. I had this issue in the first and second episode where things were on course play were sort of cutting out bits when they were doing the up and down rows. So yeah, maybe I should have done 3 headlands, but we shall see. So I think I'll probably put a bit of a time lapse on, and we'll get the seeding done and the rolling. So with the rollers, it says they require 80 horsepower, I think. Yeah, so it's an 80 horsepower requirement. So the Ford will be no problem. But see, the 7610 has got more horsepower than the case. So I probably should have swapped their rolls around a bit, maybe. But we'll try a roller on the case, and if it doesn't go very well, hopefully the 3 bigger tractors will be finished ploughing by that time. So I can just put one of those on the second roller. Either way, we'll have 2 rollers in this field, so I'll probably get some of the seeding and some of the rolling into a bit of a time lapse. Yeah, you can see that bit there is where they it's where they do the turn here, so just watch him do it again. I think it's because there's not enough room. So we'll do a full circle, but instead of reversing up and lining up, he's just going to lower it there. Yeah. Oh well, we'll just have to tidy those bits up after. So yeah, I will see you in a short while. Right, that's that field all boxed off. It will just need another layer of fertiliser when it starts to germinate, so we will probably do that next month. But yeah, I'm down at the shop, so I was going to set off 2 seeders on the big field, the one we've just merged, but I'm having problems with these seeders with the interactive controls and yeah, these drawbars are just not I mean, you can see here I've got interactive control on simple in IC as well. They're just not working. I can open the covers. Oh, I could. I can even get in it. I didn't even realise that. I can open covers from there. I can. Well, that's all I can do. It just doesn't make sense. So yeah, not really sure what's going on with these. So I'm going to sell them. I've already got a replacement in mind. So we'll just sell these 30,736. I've literally just bought this. But yeah. Always the way, isn't it? I did unload all the fertiliser and seed as well. So. Yeah, if we go into the shop, I'm going to buy 3 of these. Chamberlain Mark II. So essentially they're just these. The Massey, the case. There is a John Deere version. They're all the same. 5.2 metre direct drills. Cheap as chips. Yeah, this is Chamberlain branded, so we'll get this one. But I've upped the capacity as well. As you can see, it was 1,660 litres. It will now take 2,500 litres of seed and the same of fertiliser. But the good thing about this is I'm going to get 3 of these. They will have a slightly wider working width. They don't fold up or anything, so they are a bit harder with transporting, but we can deal with that. So we're up on money as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm use up all this fertiliser and seed. I've also found a cheaper supplier of feed and fertiliser, which will come in handy for the garden plots as well. So once we've used this bit up, we will we'll buy some more. So we've filled the other 2 up with the seed and fertiliser from the old seeders, and this is our cheaper supply. So we've got pallets of 5,000 litre fertiliser, which are £1,000 each, and then we've got these big bags of seed, which are 4,000 litres for 2,700. So yeah, that'll be a lot cheaper for us, for the seeders and for the garden plots. Now I am just going to quickly repair the tractor as well. So it's getting quite low. At 10,027. Wow. So the extra that we made off the old seeders has basically paid for some seed and fertiliser, and repaired our vent. Now these are a bit, the other two are in the field, these seeders are a bit wide. Now we have traffic on the map, I'll be a bit more careful. So they do take up the whole road. Luckily there's not a huge amount of traffic. It's not too bad. I think what I will do is get these 3 off seed in that field. We're going to put wheat in this one. So yeah, I'll get these off and then we will go and do something else. So I'm back over at the farm. I was trying to think of what we could do next. But until the 3 seeders are finished, there's not really a lot we can do. Because everything now is just seeding the fields and rolling them. So, and it all depends really on whether I'm going to turn seasons off. Which I'm not going to decide until the next episode. Because if we are, then we can plant in or seed in sugar beet, corn, soybean, potatoes, anything like that. So if we decide we're going to turn seasons off, then we can get all our fields seeded in. So yeah, not really a lot I can do. I mean, there's a lot of contracts, but they're all big baling contracts. And I think we're on about half an hour recording now. So I've brought all the seed fertilizer over. I've also brought some liquid fertilizer, 1,500 litres in each of those barrel stacks. There's 4 of those. So that's for the planter when we come to use it. So I think what I'm going to do is get some seed and fertilizer over to the garden plots, and we're going to get a load of that in there with water and see how it goes over the rest of the day into next month. Because I think the amounts are right. It's quite worrying for the amount of seed that it's actually going to use, or well, seed and fertilizer. Now these 5,000 litre pallets are very heavy, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to pick 2 up, but I will try. No. Oh, is that still on? Are we still on? Let's have a look. Let's see what happens if I go like that. Okay. Right. It's the universal auto load. Does some strange things when it's an auto load trailer, I think. Let's try this again. it's not too bad actually. I think they're about four and a bit ton each, these pallets. They are very heavy. You can see I've put a couple of little sort of trackways in here. Whoop. Yeah, that is really heavy. Yeah, I've put some little trackways in. Just it actually just looks a mess really, but yeah, brakes don't work either. Just do one at a time, I think. Wow, this is going well. Whenever I try using telehandlers or anything like that, it never goes very well. Is that going to come off there? Oh, pallets, I hate them. Absolutely hate them. Is that even unloaded? It's not, is it? Let me just try it like this. Oh dear. That is quite strange. Oh, okay, it's further in then. Didn't think it was that far in. Go and get the seed. Actually, we need to get one more pallet of fertilizer for the third one. Oh, knew it was going to do that. I'm determined to get better with ports, telehandlers, front loaders, all that sort of stuff. In real life, absolutely fine. It's one of the easiest things I do in my job is use the forklift. But in this game, nope. Go pretty far in. And it doesn't get off the forks. I don't know why. Oh. That'll do. That's about as good as it's gonna get anyway. Right, I'm gonna go and get the seed and fill up with water as well, and then we'll come back and see about setting them off. This is the last load of water going in. I've put 2 full tanker loads in each open garden. We've got 5,000 litres of fertiliser in each and 4,000 litres of seed. So that should, fingers crossed, keep us going for a little while. So we will see what we get. So yeah, we'll see in November 1 what is left, what we've produced. But I think I'm going to leave the episode here. Try and keep the episodes a little bit shorter in this series, I think, just to sort of get through, get some progression. I think next episode we'll try and finish off getting all the fields seeded. We'll have made a decision about whether we're going to, what am I doing with this water tank? We'll have made a decision about what we're going to do with seasons, but I am at the moment inclined to turn them off. I think that is probably what we will do. But yeah, and I think we'll probably maybe get some silage sold to fund buying some more cows and sheep. So yeah, but thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.